welcome back to part 3. Let me start the timers. In 60 minutes we should stop the video. It says it's starting, but the screen doesn't show anything. Guess it's the lag thing. Anyway, I apologize for not working for immediately after part 2, even though I don't think anyone watched this video except my friends or my family members. Actually, they just opened the video and just, oh, good work. And but for the future people, I discussed the whole thing with my partners, and it made me think about the design. What am I doing? And I got several ideas to change the whole design, but I didn't want to change the whole design immediately. So I took my sweet time to think about it. Because I have a problem. I have a problem is when the user press one key or press the key and hold it. There is no direct way to tell the system that the user clicked only once or keep clicking on it. And after thinking about that, I thought about adding a new layer or a new variable for the action, if it is hold or just released or just pressed or pressed once. And after thinking about that for a while, I think I don't have to. After all, this system only provides the data for the engine, and the engine will decide what to do. So actually there will be a different system in there that will take these variables and deal with them. And this guy is just a supporter, so I don't need to code a lot in the engine. So actually I will make different states for the action, and if the game needs this kind of complexity, like a scroller game, that I need to know if he's holding the key or not, then I will make different action different actions for the buttons, like continuous fire. Then I will give it a code name for the fire button. So let me see, where did I added the action object was the last step. So I already made these things. I wonder if I finished these things to add the active actions. Apparently I did. And we need to design what is called the action object. The name might need to be changed because the action object should be living in animated particle. Yeah, I forgot. I used a hash set to make a set, and I wonder what the hash set will do if I add a duplicated item. Will it fire an exception? I need to be careful. So it seems in here I add a list of actions as a list, and let's see. We need to do this. Complete this shit. We need to make sure that the items are not duplicated. The thing is, this item based on this system is protected. It doesn't allow duplicated list. So I'm kind of sure that I don't have a duplicated list. But the funny part is I didn't make a list in here yet, so I can actually add a hash set too in here instead of adding a list. The thing is, I never dealt with hash sets, to be honest, so this will be a good practice. So I can get familiar with this data set. So here we will take hash set. But this is bothering me a little bit because yeah, I need to not to send a list to this guy anymore if I'm going to do the constructor like this, and I don't want to add a new constructor that accept lists. So in other words, I need to make sure every time if I save the action list in somewhere, I need to use the hash set instead. And what scares me about that, if the platform itself doesn't support hash set, yeah, I need to make some kind of adapter for that. Because later on I will try to produce the same programs on different platforms. And I know some platforms doesn't support some of the stuff. Definitely. So even though they should support C# in a way or another. But for example, in the Mac, the only way I found it that it supports C# is Cimmerian. And if you know another way, let me know about that. Because, and the Cimmerian is apparently a little bit different, but I won't worry about that now. If I can make products on the PC, then I'll think about the Xbox. Then I'll think about others. But for now, I'm not going to bother myself with that. So here we got ourselves a temporary hash set, and here this is yeah. And instead of add, we are going to use find, or I don't know if it has parentheses, indexer. Well, it has first. Does it have select? I don't know if select will give me the result that I need, because apparently selectors are returned enumerable. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Enumerator is, you know, an iteration. Oh wow, I didn't know I'm that tired. Yeah. And that's why I didn't actually work yesterday. Anyway, we can try to use first. Let's see first. Yeah, first will return a string. It won't return a list. It won't return an enumerator thing. It doesn't. Yeah, just you know what I'm saying. This word. Well, it accepts a string, and I believe it can accept some kind of lingo. What have I done? Let's see how much did I screw up. Oh, not selected index, it's text. But this thing returns a string, doesn't it? Oh wait, it returned a string. No, 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 I want the index. Silly me, silly me. Look at that. I haven't programmed for like a day and a half and that happened to me. Yeah, it doesn't have find or index of. It's kind of weird. Maybe because the way how the data is um, is recorded in the memory. As I said, I never dealt with hash set. So let me use our Uncle Google, to see if there's a way. Yeah, go ahead and laugh at me. I said, a lot of arrogant people laugh at other people as if they know everything when they see them do that. Especially when my head is not straight. I should done that already, but I just was trying to solve the problem without using other tool support. Oops. Clusters? Where? What the hell is this? Seems a generic type of dataset or something. Is this really C sharp? It seems like Visual Basic more, but Visual Basic doesn't have semicolon. And Visual Basic doesn't define variables like that, silly you. It uses DIM. I haven't programmed Visual Basic for a long time, but the way how do you deal with functions, you use the word, some keywords like these. Um, so this guy using element at, and I don't know what the cluster is, but as I said, yeah, that's what I really feared. Well, I don't want the index more than to retrieve the element itself and change it. So actually the whole question is wrong. So let's use more logic to ask the right question and say how to replace an element. I have a hash set T of hierarchical object in C sharp. The main key is an integer. Uh, you could say hash int, but anyway. But there are occasionally secondary keys which are duplicated. What? little bit confused about what this guy is trying to do. He could use equality, equality, but this is a struct. I don't deal with structs, to be honest, because there's no real reason to use struct, as I understood. Some say it will take less memory, but if you were worried about memory, we could get more memory from other places. But anyway. Yeah, exactly what I was thinking, but there must be a reason why he's doing that. Maybe a homework or something. Yeah, I apologize. I don't usually avoid doing this on streaming, but today my head is not straight. Just some like blah, and I'm trying like, you know what? I haven't worked for a day. I didn't work for half day. I need to do something. I need to just start the camera and start working. And I know the result will be like this, reading and screwing up the users. But I mean, if the first few videos are not interesting, that's what will happen. They will never watch me again. But you know what? I just want to work. That's why I'm doing this stream. So this question will go way too long to read. And I don't know if it will give me the answer or not. The thing is, I don't know, he's using two kinds of, he's using a list inside a struct inside the hash set, and you want to merge based on the element. And I never use these kinds of lingos. That seems like a database. And I don't want to use them so far. Interesting. The whole reason this guy says the best way to retrieve the item is to use a dictionary instead of using a set. And the problem is I want to use a set inside a dictionary, and yeah, I don't want to use two keys. So let me do something else. You see, there's the easiest solution is the following, but I was avoiding that. Delete the old item and just add a new item, and that's it. So let's do that. Hopefully there is remove at, because if there's no remove, then yeah. So there's a remove string. I just wanted to use its own you know, function or way. But I could do that long time ago, but I just wanted to replace it in a normal way instead of using two lines. But this solution is always available for updating. The only problem with this, I will show you what's the problem with this. That's why I don't want to do that actually. The problem is the order. It will screw up the order. So if we go to the animation and we went to Act 2, sorry, Act 1, and we add Action A, oh yes, I need to select an object first. And then what the hell? Hello? Oh yes, I changed the whole thing. Sorry, I was selecting, yeah, I was depending on states instead of, yeah, goodness. I need to fix that. Active action. So when you add the state, even the function name is state. Oh shit. I believe I have two functions. One for state, one for action. So action CB update. Yeah, let's use the same function because I already making an update in here on the action as you saw. So I'll use the same function and change the function to make it to update this one too. So and then go to the state. It's a little bit different. And why does it clear the action thing? I don't know. Oh, this is for the old design. It was supposed when you click on the state, it show you the actions. That's possible. This is the whole thing is just screwed up. So what we are going to do is clear this one up, add these two, and then add the same items on it. And remove this function. There's a lot of weird things in here. Oh, I see what's going on. This one used to be called active state, and when I changed the list name, it yeah, it changed it from state to active action, and you can see that in here in the loop. But why did it reset the list in here? I don't know. I mean, if you maybe because if I add an action here and then made it in here in the object and then remove it from here, this one should be removed. So do I need to do that? I don't know. But I should add some kinds of warning mechanism, which is the object tracker later on, for situations like that. If the system is using something and this thing has been deleted, this guy should tell us, but I'm not going to worry too much about it for now. I already made the system and it's not complete because I don't have all kinds of axiom that I'm dealing with. Animations, animation particle, these can consider like the objects that I'm dealing with, the variables that I define in my system. After I finish all of these and the system is working and I want to make this system usable by my other members in the company, then I will complete these nice things. But for now, I want to make the thing complete for me at least. So let me test it again and show you why did I try to change. Um, Wait a second. Silly me, no, it won't happen. Because it will delete and add the item in the hash set. But this guy will still keep its position, and because the hash set doesn't have an index, it doesn't matter. Actually, the problem that I was worried about is not there. Silly me, just sometimes I don't think straight. I have some high wire in here. So if I add B and add C and then change B into A, it won't delete and add it here because the way how I add it to the list is the same way how I changed the index. I could change the index in here. And here, because this guy doesn't have an index, screw him. I didn't update the list with the hash set. If I update the list with the hash set by loading them in order, then maybe that will be a problem. So after I make save and load, I will test it. I need to leave a note to myself. Alright, wasted 30 minutes on the silliest thing ever in the world. Let's start working on here. So what we are trying to do is add an action object. I called it action condition and the name fit before because there's a key called condition, but I don't have condition anymore. I have states, and I don't know. I will keep the name, but the name doesn't fit anymore. So let's take a look on active action object. And as I said, we don't have add range. And because we are dealing with hash set now, we shouldn't worry about it. So, yeah. I don't know if there's a way to add range. But let's see. Yeah, there's no add. But what about add? Does it have override? Nope. Clone? Nope. So let's just use for each or for whatever. Is this alright? It seems so. After all, it has enumerable or iteration or whatever it's called in this language. Alright. So we can make a constructor, and this guy, we need to give it an equality. God, I forgot about that. We need to check if the sets are equal. So the first question is, does the hash set support equal? So let's check that out. I wonder if my voice is alright. The microphone position has moved, and I have no clue. I didn't test my voice, but OBS is telling me that it's alright. So Hopefully it's alright. Oh yeah, this is the perfect question. How do you determine if two sets are equal? Does the equal thing works? This one says set equals, and let me check the MSDNA. Oh, MSDN. Is it MSDN or MSDN AA? AA is the library that you get the programs if you're in college. I believe it's MSDNA. Man. No, it is MSDN. It's an old library from Microsoft. It's called MSDN. I don't know why it's called MSDNA. What is MSDNA? No, there is no MSDNA. As there's MSDNA A and MSDN. So, anyway. So let me check what this thing is. So apparently it's ionorval again, and is checking other ionorval equalities. So this is perfect, but the question is it strongly equal? I mean, if it does have more element, does it accept that? So let me see. So here you have an example. One of the set have 5 numbers, 1 to 5, 1 to 10. And here is the set equal. And it should be no. And yeah, it is no. But that's very wonderful. It can know if it is a superset or a subset. This is so powerful. It's just unbelievable. I mean, if you want to do something by yourself like this, it will take a good amount of time, especially it's generic. But this is very, very beautiful. I love C# because of this, to be honest. It's my favorite language because the details, the amount of functions and mechanics and support for the stuff in this language is just powerful. So apparently all what I need to do is to take the active action and do that. Crap. Yeah. Give me a second. We need to convert an object into a set first. Maybe if I save it as there is a way to save the object as let me try that out. I don't remember how, but let me try it out. So we say hash set string THS. I don't know. Let's take something from my ass and try it out. I don't think this will work, but you know what? I'm playing around. I don't get it, but anyway, so we can do this. So I remember there's a way by using the as keyword to compare the to deal with the object as if it was a different kind of object, but I forgot how to do that. Maybe that was in Visual Basic actually. I don't know why my head is full with Visual Basic things these days, even though I haven't programmed that for a few years. Only thing left is the hash code. So let's check if there's a hash code for it. So there's something called base get hash code. I never tried that. So let's see if the object has a hash code. Oh yeah, look at that, silly me. So there's a function that return the native hash code for the set. So hopefully this thing, the active action thing, can be used as a key in the dictionary. Hopefully. The funny part is I already done that a few times, but I didn't test it, and I was only overriding this function from the iComparer, not even from iQuadable. And I never tested, but it seems it's working. I never test duplication or stuff or checking for different results. So maybe it can get wacky. And I need to test that. Actually, I changed that now, and hopefully it's not screwed up. Um, because I haven't dealt with the map testing for a very fucking long time. I should stop using the F word on the stream. Sorry about that. It's became a natural thing to say the F word when I went to America and lived in there for a while, but it's kind of like not a good word to say. Anyway, so now we can add a new action things in the dictionary in this dictionary. So this dictionary accept an active action and a freaking string. What's the string for? I completely forgot. Congratulations. Um, think a little bit. Think a little bit. What's the string stands for in here? It's not the final result because I moved the final result inside here. I'm not sure, let's be honest. I forgot. It was supposed to be the end result. Then I changed that. It's funny because if it's not the end result, then all what I did was completely useless and waste of time. And this is kind of sad. This is really, really sad. Um, the whole system, I need to take a very good look on it from far and see the design, what's going on, because I start losing myself in it. Um, oh yes, I believe it's a list of these suckers, a list of action conditions. I need a different name for that. A list of animation results. I need a name for that. That's the whole thing. So what's going on? What's going on? What is going on? What's going on is uh, this guy take the collection of actions. Like if the character is walking or the character is running, the character is aiming with his weapon, the character is crouching, the character is, for example, if he's crouching or ducking and walking, it becomes crawling. So two actions convert into a different state. So if the user is pushing down and pushing front, then he should be crawling. If he's pushing up and there is a ladder, and I'm not sure how am I going to do the ladder thing, but I believe this is going to be hard-coded actually. And firing, then it becomes claiming. So there's some kind of conditions or conditions or actions that going to be determined not by the click by the keyboard, but more as a condition in the game. So if the player press up, it doesn't mean always walk up. It might be means look up, or it might be means climb a ladder. So the game actually have a set, the game engine, not here. Here it doesn't deal with that. Have a set of conditions to determine the action. The collection of actions in the set here will determine the list of animation. So actually this string is a placeholder, it's not a string. We need to change it into a new thing that I didn't make yet. So we need a new object in here to define what is called the result animations. And I don't even know the name for it. So for example, if he stayed idle for 5 seconds, he will make the condition of being idle for 5 seconds. An animation will be played. So this is the action. The action is being idle for more than 5 seconds. And he will enter the state of idle animation. And the idle animation will produce 3 different animations. And the percentage of fire, each of them is 33%. All of these data for the 3 animations and the percentage are saved in here. Of course, if he holds different weapons and he can do different animations for idle, like if he have a coin for some reason and you want the idle animation to play with a coin, you can add that too. So this is a huge mess of complex, a huge mess in other words, and it need a good name. I can call it condition animation. So that's active condition, active action, and this is the condition animation. or should I call it active animation? So there's active action and active animation, but active action and active animation are confusing. But do you know what? The similarities in the name give it a ring that they are related. So let's do that. And it is the active animation. Depends on the situation, we have this result in animation. So depends on the actions, the active ones, we get the active animation. So yeah, why not? So we got ourselves a new class. Programming is easy. Everyone can do it. Drawing is easier. I got a lot of words like these long time ago, and I still remember that. I cannot forget that every time I deal with this. I mean, this is the simple shit, by the way. Sorry about that, I should swear. This is the simple stuff that you do. When you deal with the real things in the engine, it can go even more complex than that. I mean, when I dealt with encryption and decryption for the Arabic language, to convert it into variables, into values, into digital values, to determine which number or which image I need to draw on the screen to make the Arabic language. It was a little bit more messier than this. I have the stream for that video, or for several videos for that, on Live Code TV, but unfortunately Live Code TV, I don't know, I found some difficulties on changing some of the videos positions in the playlist, or even show it to other people. Like, they are developing the playlist thing, it was a new thing, and it seems it's still under development, and I don't blame them, but I found some difficulties dealing with that. So I'm trying YouTube now, and now I'm wasting the viewer time by saying random things. So we are not going to deal with this now. We don't need a list of active animation, and instead we will just deal with the one object, and that object will save the list of animations with their conditions. So that's what I'm going to do. Why did it go? Oh shit, what did it do? I just want the active animation. It's funny, this sentence full with active. Active action, active animation, active condition. And he's not happy. Oh yes, because this one must be public. What now? Alright. So let's close this. I don't like to see a lot of classes open in here. And let's keep these 4. I wonder if I can add a null as a result in the dictionary. So let's try to do that. First of all, if the ABCP, A tab 7 I believe, this guy said this is an A tab 5, really? Well, it's in the 6th position. Well, whatever you say. Yeah, the numbers are whacked because I changed the position and I add and removed the tabs many times. Unbelievable number of times. And the numbers doesn't make any sense anymore. But they still say it have the same kind of pattern, so it doesn't matter. I mean, A stands for animation, so it doesn't matter. This is the tabs of the animations, so they all start with A tab. These tabs stands for the skills, so they start with S tab. So yeah, I don't have tabs in here, but if I'm going to add tabs in here, I would call them T-tabs, and the list goes on and on. So yeah, some of them doesn't have a tab when I use not having tab of tabs, and that's the confusing part. Um, let me see. So I shouldn't add an object if we don't have anything in this list, and if we don't have two of these. The question is, what the fudge is this? Why do I have this? I believe I don't need this anymore, but I'll keep it for now. Um, because depends on the active actions we have, we don't need a middle action because yeah, this thing doesn't make any sense anymore. As I said, the design was based on condition first, I called it. Now then I changed the way and called the state because it represents totally different thing. And it was state action state. Then I was like state list of action state, and then was like screw this is the first state list of action of state. Well, I don't need anymore, but I'm not going to delete it yet. Actually, I will. Fuck it. Sorry about that. I shouldn't say that word. Because it doesn't make sense in the design anymore. So yeah, at least I'm doing some progress. I mean, I'm doing very badly this time, but I done worse. I done way worse, and at least there's some progress in here. So if the list is empty, or the result state or the end state, and then we just cancel the whole thing. We don't want to add an action tab, action thing. Yeah, there's a problem. What should I call it? No, this is a serious problem. There's no name for it. What have I done? What have I done? So let me think for a second. We need to say the name for the active action, but the name doesn't enter into this kind of mess. I could use the name as the quality thing, but I want to make sure that the set of actions are unique. That's why I didn't deal with a name. But now we need to do a name. Usually I always start the constructor with a name. So let's start with a name. And because this is protected internal, let me think for a second. The thing is, I want to retrieve the data based on the index of the name, not the index of the action conditions. But I want to retrieve the results depends on the active conditions. So we need some kind of more than one kind of indexing, you know. Um, I wonder if this is even possible. Um, I wonder if this is even possible. You know what? There's only 4 minutes left to finish an hour, and I'm going to make another boring long search to make sure if there is a different kind of indexing and different kind of indexing for the same dictionary too. So I will end the video here, and we will return in part 4 hopefully today. So thank you for watching, and we will end the stream in here.